You know, perhaps there is merit to the old saying, the third time is the charm. Following the polarizing events of Star Trek '09 and Into Darkness, many fans of Gene Roddenberry's iconic science fiction series became diametrically opposed to what has come to be known as the JJverse. The new film, however, seems to be a direct answer to many of the problems fans saw with the two previous films. Having me myself been disappointed in the past, I went in with little to no expectations, and so was delightfully surprised to find myself watching what is easily the best Star Trek film since First Contact, and is arguably better than that one as well. The opening is extremely solid. Kirk's captain's log puts the viewer immediately into perspective as to the more subtle perils of extended missions in deep space. The natural progression of the storyline is nothing short of logical. The movie feels very much like a souped-up episode of the original series. Characters' story arcs add to the plot and underline it rather than being the primary focus. How well they are characterized allows for some very subtle humor and callbacks in the dialogue to previous incarnations. Elements that some fans feared would be seen as pandering were handled appropriately as the non-issues they would be in the Star Trek universe. Characters are paired off in their various struggles that are as much internal as external, and the whole thing is very well balanced. Chris Pine has developed into a much more mature version of Kirk, and he wears it well. Zachary Quinto's Spock is in top form. Uhura, Chekhov, and Sulu are all on point as well. But Simon Pegg really takes his Scotty performance to a whole new level. And Carl Urban's McCoy has reached the point where I literally heard DeForest Kelley in a few of his lines. Idris Elba is absolutely great as Krall, emitting so much hell yeah through all that makeup, it's astonishing. But my god, Sofia Boutella absolutely steals the show as Jayla. Seriously, great job, cast. The spectacle and wonder of it all is genuinely jaw-dropping at times. Yorktown Station is breathtaking. Such a clearly well-thought-through design for a space station, both from a filmmaking standpoint and in the context of the movie. It's absolutely delightful to see. Visually, Star Trek Beyond is stunning, with everything from massive asteroids colliding to alien plant life. There's even strangely colored rocks. It's all very Star Trek. All in all, the entire movie progresses as steady as she goes. We see the Enterprise and her crew encounter their greatest potential weaknesses, both technologically and ideologically. Each character gets at least one defining moment where their idea or actions make the difference between the success or failure of their crew. Honestly, my only real nitpicks are small and highly technical, pertaining mostly to how gravity works, or things that were kind of needed to cloak the plot twist so as not to reveal it too early on in the film. All things considered, this movie is tied for third place with The Voyage Home on my top 5 Star Trek movies list. This was one giant leap in the right direction, my friends. I know that a lot of Trekkies were thinking of boycotting this one because of Axanar and CBS's rules for fan films, but go see this movie, guys. Oh, and in a wonderfully ironic bit, Simon Pegg has now officially helped to write one of the best Star Trek films to date, thereby proving his former character Tim Bisley from BBC series Spaced wrong in his assertion that all odd-numbered Star Trek movies are shit. Because in my not terribly humble opinion, the new Star Trek boldly goes beyond the final frontier. Well everybody, I guess that wraps up my very first movie review video I've ever done. Let me know what you think in the comments, and as always, thanks for tuning in.